Hello and welcome to Sacred Science Channel, where we explore the fascinating world of sacred geometry. It is a fascinating subject that can help you understand the underlying principles of the universe. So if you are interested in exploring this fascinating field of knowledge, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey of discovery and self-exploration. Together, we will unlock the secrets of the universe. Hello and welcome to my another Sacred Science channel. Today's discussion is on finding your sacred self and true path in consciousness, and how it is bringing the ancient mystery school back to this timeline. It is a very interesting topic. I hope you can stay behind for 20-30 minutes to listen to this discussion. Now, first of all, just to start with, when we are talking about true path in consciousness or sacred self in consciousness, what is consciousness? Consciousness refers to the state of being aware of one's surrounding thoughts and emotions. It is a term that has been used throughout history of philosophers, spiritual leaders, scientists to describe the essence of human existence. Okay, so then what is finding your path in consciousness is about? Yeah, so when we say finding your path in consciousness, we're actually referring to your purpose in life. Yeah, your true calling, your ultimate potential. It involves understanding yourself at a deeper level, exploring your passions, discovering what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. It kind of brings in everything together. The concept of sacred self to the core essence of our being. It is aspect of ourself that is pure, authentic, and connected to our higher power or universal consciousness. Finding your true sacred self is about discovering who you truly are at your core and living in alignment with the essence. So, how do we go about finding ourselves and our path as a being, right? The first step is to begin the journey of self-discovery. You have to discover yourself. How are you going to assist others, or how you're going to come out of your life to know what you're going to do if you don't go within and discover yourself? Yep. These involve taking deep dive into thoughts, emotions, experiences in order to gain a great understanding of yourself. For me, my journey with sacred geometry began, instead of saying it began, actually, I was with it. It's like I could say it was a profound experience from childhood of how I was looking at the two worlds simultaneously, not understanding how this is working. How is this possible? So many questions going in my head, but there was no guidance or no sense of understanding. Yeah. So it was just jumping into the deep diving and trying to find out, trying to pull myself through, trying to find out everything while I was still taking care of the 3D dimensional world that I was living in and being a part of it. Yeah. So the patterns and shapes were my conversations. Yeah. How do I solidify? How do I understand? How do I know how to respond? It's because of those information, the binary codes, the zeros and ones just coming in front of you suddenly, and you're taking a step back and saying, okay, so this has got to resonate with love. This is not, this is something coming out of their guilt, it's not mine. All this understanding, all these communications was just flowing, going in and out. And that's how I discovered. But as a child, you can imagine how this was just working out, because you're not having the same interaction with others, but you're being very quiet most of the time. Keeping it to yourself because you don't want to be out of who or out of the community or out of your comfort, because this is what you know and this is how everything is. And you want to be a part of it. Yeah. It's like, it's very interesting when you see the hologram of individuals. The geometry opens and you can see everything through, and yet you have to keep a silence within it. It was a very secret space. for someone to go. Yeah. So, and I felt a deep sense of connection to the natural world because of all this understanding. In my dad, I was completely in love with the nature, the world, the universe. I was very curious. I was so attentive to the planets, how the planets move, what's about the stars. I can lie down and watch the stars for hours. Yeah. As time went by, I became more aware of what is unfolding in front of me, how I'm supposed to now not take it as a challenge, but take it as a discovery or experiment. I started experimenting everything in life. I was very quiet. I was very disciplined in what I'm doing, and I just stick to that. And I had my own communication. I talked to myself a lot, which my family, most of the time, they kind of picked it up all the time. And they thought that, I'm just strange, I can spend hours doing housework or cleaning and talk to myself. It was an interesting time when you really go back and look into it in that way. So most of you understand the sacred geometry in a term used to describe the study of patterns, shapes, and structures found in nature, in the universe. These patterns are believed to be building blocks of creation, and are said to hold deep spiritual significance. The first step in teaching the ancient teachings of sacred geometry that really makes me excited about the whole information is how they help students understand the concept of the universal measurement. That was the first teaching in the ancient mystery school. The idea that there is a universal order and harmony to the universe, that everything within it is interconnected and interdependent. By understanding the universal measurement in the ancient mystery school, students can learn to see the world in a new light. Amazing. They see things very differently, right? And to recognize the patterns and structures that are present in all things. So the same light is now reflected in everything. So they're able to find, so this is what it is. This is what's happening. This is how it is, right? So they can also begin to understand in relationship between the macrocosm and the macrocosm. The macrocosm in a universal level, microcosm from a cellular level. Yeah. And how everything is connected on a deeper level. For myself, that was the journey. And that's how I tried to discover myself. It took me a long time. It was not diving. It was a lot of learning and experience, pulling out, coming in, pulling out, and then completely removing things that was not helping me to become my true self in my sacred space, and removing myself and making sure that I'm dwelling in a deeper into the study of the sacred geometry. So it's like finding myself. I discovered that it has been a fundamental part of my ancient mystery schools and my spiritual traditions. It's as if I'm repeating myself again in this lifetime. That's how I kind of felt a belonging to it. The ancient mystery schools believed that the study of sacred geometry was key to unlocking the secrets of the universe and to understanding the true nature of reality. Okay, so my journey with the sacred geometry was that it has a power to bring the ancient mystery school teachings back to this timeline. Because I trained myself, I understood myself, I dwelled in this space, and I understood to communicate with this geometry. So by understanding this, I'm very sure that I'm able to bring this teaching back to this timeline. All right. So the way I'm doing it is by understanding the geometry and communicating with the geometry, and align and teach the students how to align themselves in nature and universe, so they can go into a deeper understanding of the world around them and the place they are holding, the place they are living, the place within them. I believe that the study of sacred geometry has the power to bring about a profound shift in understanding of the world and our place within it. It has the potential to connect us with the wisdom of the ancients and to help us unlock the secrets of the universe. We are all unique individuals with our own gifts, talents, and life experiences. No one can deny that. Every single person who comes in front of me, I always was able to bring the core gift of them right in front of them. Whether they choose to follow, whether they choose to bring it out to this timeline, to this world, it's up to them. But the options are always given. I've always seen mystical beings coming in front of me, and there's so much that understanding that I had about them that, they could become their beautiful life experiences in this lifetime. But not everybody wants to follow. There are also patterns. They also have been reformed, and they have the fear of the unknown. They don't want to be separate to the community because they think this intelligence they have that they're holding, they learn from childhood, whatever it is, it's what they need to hold throughout. They don't want to step out of it. Yep, their ego present always kind of bring them to the comfort space, which seems like unfortunate, but that is their human experience they came here for. So we have to respect that. So what I'm trying to say is finding yourself about discovering who you truly are at your core, and finding your path as a being is about your unique gifts and talents to make a positive impact to this world is always there. Everyone has it. Yeah. So the fear of doing something different is always going to be there, for some people, for some beings, and we cannot deny that. So they prefer, the preference is to be part of the community and just keep dwelling in that space they're holding, then that's their decision. Yes. But even no matter how it is, everyone has got a unique quality. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody has got a specific abilities that others can't do. A gifted talents is always sitting in them. Yeah. And some of them try to use that in the actual life. I've seen it so many times, which is perfect. Yeah. So if you are a person who's looking for something like that, it's like you want to step out of it, and you want to do and try doing something that's unique, something is different, something that's coming as your passion. Look into it carefully. Try to understand it, and that's the reason I've kind of incorporated, apart from the individual sessions, I started doing these sacred geometry workshops for you to understand more about yourself. And then there's another one that I'm started doing is the 8 weeks workshops, where you can understand from the first week, by the 8 weeks, you have your own program about yourself in your hands. Yeah. So I'm trying to come out, because this is my own learning, and I'm trying to bring in my experience into perspective. So someone who's trying to learn or trying to unfold and walk into the unique portal about them, this experience, this knowledge will be beneficial. So I'm trying to break down a few things. The first step in teaching the ancient teachings of sacred geometry is to help students understand the concept of the universal measurement. This is the idea that there is a universal order and harmony, how you learn to connect and communicate with the sacred geometry, and how you can bring the harmony to the universe, and that everything is interconnected and becoming interdependent, as I said earlier. The second step is in the ancient mystery school, the ancient teachings, and also in the sacred geometry, is to help you to learn to surrender to the universe. This is the idea: by letting go of ego and our attachments to outcomes, we can open ourselves to flow to the universe and allow the universe to guide us onto our path. Yeah. By surrendering to the universe, you can learn to trust the process of life and to let go of the need to control everything. Okay. You can also develop a deeper sense of peace and harmony, and begin to see the world as a place of infinite possibilities. Okay, so in order to teach the concepts of this concept effectively, I use variety teaching methods, including lectures, experimental learning activities, and also meditation. All right. So if you were to go into my quantumartmedicine.com website, you'll be able to find several things that I'm putting into it that might assist you. All right, if you're interested to do that and get into the one-to-one sense of learning. I also encourage you to explore the subject on your own, to engage on your personal practice of how you can surrender to the universe. Yeah. Letting go of the ego is one thing. Understanding what is your passion, where you want to go, and also knowing yourself, what is working and what is not working for you. Why the existing space that you're holding is not 100%, or you don't feel fulfillment in it. Take a piece of paper and start writing it down. Why is it not fulfilling? What is it that is missing in there? If you don't know, then it's going to be harder for you to move to the other side. If you address that, you'll know exactly what you're holding on to, what you need to let go. All right. So what you're holding on to is easier for people to find it, for you to find it. But what you need to let go is the tough. It is that's what is going to be difficult for you. And I know that because every time when I face with someone, that is the issue. How am I going to let go of this? I've been holding this for my whole life. This is what has been my life. And this is what I've been doing for my life. And this is who's the person for my life. You know, all sorts of things that comes into. Nobody's asking you to let go of anything. When you're searching yourself, it doesn't mean that you take something that you're holding and just throw it and just walk away. At times, yes, some people tend to do it because it's necessary, but not always. It's about drawing a line, drawing a straight line, and understanding, you know, just like you got the left brain and right brain. You just draw the path in the middle and then section it out. Both sides has got validity, both sides are necessary. So both are needed. You have to understand that. So what is working on this side for you in this part of the world? And what will work if you were to move into this part of the world? Yeah, it's like you have a home. You're already living in a home right now. You have everything that you need. You've been living there for years and years. You're so comfortable. You know where you leave your cup. You know where you place your shoes. You know what is where. Yeah, you're so comfortable in that space. Such a comfort zone. You come back home. You know you are entering into your own space. Agree? So when you have such a beautiful, comfortable space, and yet you are dwelling, you're saying that I'm bored. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is not what I want to do. This is not where I want to live. Something is missing in them, right? Sometimes it's just a little bit tweak. You don't have to make a shift in that way. Maybe you just need to make some changes or shuffling around in the same house that you can now be comfortable. You will have a breathing space. You have your own space that you hold, that you don't keep, walking into somebody's space all the time. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you actually need to pull yourself out. When I say pull yourself out, means you pull your ego out of it and say, it's time for me to let that go. That means it doesn't mean that I let this go and I'm going to just walk in the street. No, I'm not going to be left with nothing. I'm not asking you to do that. When you let it go, that means you're saying, there's something beautiful out there. I have found it, or I'm going to find it, and I am there to find it. And you're going to now retrieve that beautiful home that you were thinking of. This is just an example I'm giving you. It could be, this metaphor could be for anything that you're doing in your life. It could be a relationship. It could be something material. It could be spiritual. It could be anything. The minute you step out of it and you take a look at it and you can see, I have everything in here, but I'm still bored, or my life is not happy. I don't see the harmony. That means what is happening here? Either you got to declutter and make it open so that you can see the space clearly, or you really need to step out of it and say, it's time for me to let this go. It's no longer. I've already had all the experience I wanted in this. Now it's for me to move forward. To move forward, I need to let go of this house, cross the bridge to get where I am, to build my new home. It might take time. Building a home is not going to happen like that. For in some cases it does, but in most cases it takes time because it needs foundation, it needs solidity, it needs completeness, it needs a lot of understanding to get to that side. So you have to come to an agreement that are you ready for that? And to do that, you have to find yourself first. You have to understand yourself. You have to get a clarity about who you are and what you are and where you want to go. Yeah, I'm tired of living in the city. I want to go to the mountain. Are you ready for this to make that move? Why do you want that? Or from the mountain, I want to move towards the city. It's your journey. So you are making these choices. Well, you're making these choices. You are kind of surrendering yourself by saying, I want to remove my ego to these attachments, because you cannot move. You cannot cross the bridge when you got so much attachment to one thing. You have to detach yourself and you have to step away and witness it all to see, is this what I want? So completely remove the ego mind. If you were to listen to my previous videos in the Sacred Science channel, I spoke about how the ego and the ego controlled by the mental space is always holding you back and then allow you to repeat the pattern again and again and again, and it just push you back into the same space. Yeah. So now what I'm asking you to do is completely step away from that. Once you are completely aware, you got the line drawn, you've already wrote what you have in here, what you want and what you don't have here, and what will be in there. You have all the yes and no's that you want, and you kind of balance yourself. All right. What is stopping you from doing that shift? All right. What is really stopping you from moving from here to there? What is holding you back? Are you doing this for yourself? Is the question you ask yourself. All right. So I find that most of the decisions and answers is within yourself, but you need to go deep within yourself to find that out. Right. To find a connection and to unlock what you're wanting and to unfold, to walk into those doors so that you can now easily process. You need a space of free will. I'm going to try. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm going to take my, I'm going to drive my car to, as far as I can, and I'm going to see what I want to see. I've always got the chance of coming back. But until I see the other side, I would not know what is on the other side, right? So if you are very uncertain and the fear and your ego and all your comfort is stopping you from looking at the other side, it's about time for you to think about it. Think about your life. Think about yourself, the space you're holding. All right. Some people are very much comfortable. They say it doesn't matter. I just put up with this. I'm just going to live like this because that's their journey. Yeah. So nobody can stop them. Only they can stop themselves. But if you are a person who's really looking to move to the other side and you're really thinking and that's the way to do it and you're going to take the chances, the first thing you got to do is to step out of the space of the comfort and see what is holding you back, what is in here that is going to be in there, what you're looking for. Everything has to come from within. The minute you find yourself, you understand yourself, you'll be able to move and shift yourself to the other side. You know what? So the minute you think of it as, I am going to give this a try, what you're doing to yourself is that you are removing completely all the stress. You're removing all the blockages out of you and you're stepping out into this huge, magnificent world with free will to say, I have everything. I don't need someone or something to bring me to the other side. Only I can do it and I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter what is on the other side. The minute you think like that, you are stepping out in free will. You'll be surprised. The minute your mental states change and you switch and you bring that into the alignment, you will feel that completeness within you and you will feel that you are now walking into a process of what the divine has created for you. And only you can do it. Nobody can do that for you. Decisions has to come from you. You can talk to about hundreds and hundreds of people sitting down giving you suggestions. If it's not coming from you, it's not going to happen. All right. In conclusion, what I'm trying to add to this channel today is that the ancient teachings of the sacred geometry offer a powerful tool for understanding the structures of the universe, the patterns of the universe. And by understanding the structures and patterns of the universe, you're going to understand the structures and patterns of yourself. And you achieve harmony and balance by identifying and going within yourself. Okay, so the concept of the universal measurement and surrendering to the universe is to help you to unlock the secrets of the universe and live a life of peace and fulfillment. Okay, I hope I would like to end it here today. I would really love to hear from you with questions or anything that you don't understand, so that I can come back and respond or do another video to explain it more in detail. Now, in the next channel, I'm planning to do a meditation. The next meditation that I'll be doing in the next video might help some of you. All right. So thank you for joining me for this discussion today. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button below and leave comments or questions that you like to answer, that you would like me to answer in this topic. Until next time, thank you for supporting my channel and being part of my sacred journey. Goodbye now.